time for a Stephen King book haul. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and welcome back to Zocktober. Today I've got for you a Stephen King book haul. Do not get to do these that often because of how many copies of Stephen King books I own. It's very hard to find editions that I do not have. Some of these you might have seen in a previous, like, Come Shop With Me. I actually think a couple of these might be from, like, the thrift shop video we did back in September. But I don't really get to do King hauls that often because, like I said, I got so many editions. It's a rarity when I find ones I don't have. So this is pretty much a collective haul over the past couple of weeks, starting probably back in early September up until now. So very exciting stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me show you some books. Alright, the first book up is one that actually Danielle found when we were shopping, and I actually didn't see it because the title was so many editions I have. And that is Firestarter, this weird looking purple edition that I don't have. I don't want to spoil anything, but this is one of the contenders for a book I might read this month, so just giving you guys a heads up. I don't know if that is going to be the book I read or not. I am planning to do a reread of 4 Stephen King books this month, and I know I've got 3 of them are set in stone, and I'm still debating on the 4th one. I'm between a couple, and this one is a contender. So you might see it later this month, you might not. Don't hold me to it. But yeah, no, this is a really exciting edition that we found. Again, if you don't know what this is about a little girl and her father who are on the run from this place called the Shop. And she's got this pyrokinesis power where she could set fires with her mind. And her dad has got what's called the push, where he can, like, force people to do things or see things that aren't actually there or what he wants them to do. They're on the run from the Shop, who wants to do, like, experiments on his daughter. Charlie is her name. So, very exciting. Yeah, cool edition that we found, and excited to have this in my collection now. So there you have Firestarter. Next up is this edition of 4 Past Midnight, which I actually didn't have. I thought I had this, but I guess I didn't. This has got 4 collections in it. The Langoliers, Secret Window, Secret Garden, The Library Policeman, and The Sundog. I have read this whole series, or well, collection. It's on the thicker side. I think I gave the collection as a whole maybe 3.5, 4 stars. Secret Window was my favorite story. The Sundog was a really good one. The Library Policeman is also a good one. I actually really didn't enjoy the Langoliers that much. But when I go through and do my rereads of all his work after I've read them all in a little while, maybe like 2 years or something like that once I finish everything, I probably will give this another reread. But it is still a very exciting collection, and I do recommend it. But yeah, I didn't know I had this. I didn't have this edition, and it's like in perfect condition. The only like blemish is like this little mark on the bottom of the spine, but that's like nothing. So, really cool thing to find. And yeah, there you have 4 Past Midnight. All right, the next one I'm going to talk about is another book that I did read, and I did a reading vlog on it. If you have not checked out that video, check it out up here. And that is Dolores Claiborne. This was a book I read last year towards the end. I think I gave it 3.5 stars or something like that. The editions that look like this, the Signette ones where they have like the color spine and then the title below, I'm missing one more edition, and it's Salem's Lot. And I have found them online, and it's hella expensive. But it's, you know, it's whatever. I finally found the Dolores one. It was funny because when we were shopping for this, the store before this, I actually thought I found it. But it was different seasons, because different seasons when the spine is faded, it looks kind of similar to this one. And I was like, darn, I didn't find it. And then we went to the next store, and I actually found it. So, pretty ironic thing if you ask me. But yeah, very exciting stuff. Another exciting book. This one was about a woman who is a caretaker for this older woman, and the older woman dies. And the woman is basically accused of being the one who did it, because of her troublesome past with like her ex-husband and like what happened to the husband and all that. But yeah, Very cool book. I really did enjoy it, and I'm excited I have this edition now. So there you have Dolores Claiborne. Alright, the next two books are going to be from the thrift store video that we did. Check it out up here if you have not. It's a really cool experience, and obviously there are more we got to go to. But the first thing I'm going to show you is the movie I found, The Green Mile, in VHS form. Obviously this is a long movie, so obviously it's in a double cassette tape package. It's going to go really well with my collection that I have of VHSs. Again, don't have a VHS player, but most of the editions I have in there I have on DVD as it is, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything. This is one of my all-time favorite movies too. Danielle and I actually had Danielle watch this. It's a very long movie, and the first parts are kind of like dull, so she wasn't into it at the first half, but then when it picked up towards the last, there were some tears shed at the end. So if you know this, you know why. I don't really want to go into full detail about this because this is in my top 5 Stephen King books of all time. But it's a really solid story, and it's a really solid movie. If you have not seen this, check it out. It's really cool. There you have the VHS of The Green Mile. Alright, if you have followed me thus far, you know that I want to collect every edition of a King book that I can. And one of the hardest ones to find are the hotter editions. Now, Book Depository, you can order them online. Usually gets here in like a week to 2 weeks, depending on if they have them in stock. Sometimes it could take 3, all depends. But it's a rarity to find them like in store here, like at like a half-price books or like a used bookstore. And ironically enough, at the thrift store video we did, we actually found an edition of The Outsider at the thrift store in the hotter edition. And I want to say it was like 50 cents. And I get it. It's a little dirty. It's no big deal. But you're really going to be looking at the spine when it's on the shelf. And online, this book is like 20-something bucks. And it's like, it was a really good find. This book is also, I think I gave it 4 stars. 4.5 maybe. I think it was 4. I did do a reading vlog with this book as well. We will have that linked up here if you want to check that out. But I did find a hotter edition at a thrift store, and it was only 50 cents as opposed to like the whole 20-something bucks it was on Book Depository. So really cool find. Very excited to have this in my collection, and I gotta find the other hotters I'm missing. So there you have The Outsider. Alright, the last two I have here are very special because they're like special rare editions that are really hard to find, and hard to find at like a good price on eBay. First, and they're on separate trips too. I didn't find both these at the same store. But the first one I have is Silver Bullet by Stephen King. This is kind of like the screenplay for the movie Silver Bullet, which is based off of his short story Cycle the Werewolf. But it actually has got the story of Cycle the Werewolf at the beginning of it, and then it transitions to like the screenplay for Silver Bullet. So this was a really cool find, and I'm very excited I was able to get my hands on this because, like I said, it's something on eBay that runs like 150 bucks. So I was lucky to find it at the price I did. So there you have Silver Bullet, Stephen King. Alright, and the last book I'm going to talk about, it's a book that I have owned, but when we were doing a move with my shelves, it got knocked off the shelf and like broke and got torn up. And I'm very depressed about it. But luckily I was able to find it at another half-price books, and this time with the dust jacket on it. And that is the Bachman Books. I was so upset when the darn thing broke when I was redoing the shelves one day. And I was very upset because it was a really rare thing to find, and I got it as a birthday present for my grandparents. And once I found this, I was very excited to have it. Again, I have read the 4 stories in this. You've got Rage, The Long Walk, Roadwork, and The Running Man. Very cool stuff in this book. It was just a really cool thing to find again, and I'm very happy that I did find it, even with the dust jacket. So there you have the hardcover edition of the Bachman Books with the dust jacket. Alright guys, so here is my Stephen King book haul. Again, this is stuff that's been built up for the past couple weeks. It's just a rarity to find King books that I don't have. So I'm very excited to have found these, and hopefully I find some more at some point and maybe get another video up soon, but you never know. But yeah, very cool stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of Zocktober. Later.